It is World Baseball Classic time. We need to talk about the players to watch, storylines developing around each team, and who's going to win it all. Welcome back to Beyond the Arc with Brandon Silvers. As always, I am your host, Brandon Silvers, and I make it a point not to talk about baseball without this man, if at all possible. Thank you for joining me, Brett Gosnell. Brett, how's it going?
Good, man. Thanks for having me. This is very, very exciting.
Yes, and I like that we are both rocking our Dodgers gear as well.
Sir.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's just get into it. Our final pool in Miami, starting with the Dominican Republic, who we've talked about a bit. What a team.
Yeah, the DR, everything we said about America in terms of being loaded, they could be even better on paper.
Man.
I mean, this team is just absolutely absurd. I start with a little bit of history before we just get into this ungodly roster. They won the tournament in 2013, so they have won it before. But overall, kind of similar to the U.S., they've been even worse than the U.S. They have not played well at all in this tournament since its inception, aside from the 1 year that they won it, which they were dominant. They didn't lose a game the whole time. They went 7-0. Last time in 2023, they failed to make it out of the group, which is just
wow.
I mean, it was not as talented of a roster as this, but it was still absurd. Failed to make it out of the groups, so they've kind of taken the American approach here, like, we're loading up and we're not messing around anymore.
That appears to be obvious. I mean, good God.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, do you want to just start with the pitching, I guess?
Yeah, we'll just go down because, I mean, even the pitching.
Yeah. The pitching is the weak spot. Without doubt, the pitching is the weak spot on the team, and it is still extremely good.
My goodness, yeah.
Christopher Sanchez is an ace, no question about it. The Dodgers saw him in the first round of the playoffs against the Phillies, or the wild card round, and or the DS. I'm sorry, and no, it was wild card anyway. But he's elite. I mean, he's a legit number one. Who else do we got? Sandy Alcantara. I mean, I think that's probably your number two. He, former Cy Young winner, very bad year last year, but picked it up, and he pitched actually very well the second half. So if he's back even close to his level, he's an elite pitcher. Brian Bellows, a middle of the rotation, solid guy for the Red Sox. Luis Severino, he's actually the ace for the A's, but he shouldn't be. He's like a middle of the rotation kind of guy, but very, very solid, deep starting pitching with an clear ace at the top. So starting pitching is set. Bullpen, Abner Uribe, legit good closer for the Brewers. The Dodgers got to him pretty well in the DS, but yeah, he's good. Sir Anthony Dominguez, another Dodger victim. We beat him in the World Series, but he was really good. He's the guy that, pretty sure I'm right about this. He's the guy that they had him. He was out there when Ohtani came to the plate, and he's a right-handed pitcher, so you normally wouldn't want him to face Ohtani, but I guess they had to because the 3-batter limit thing. He was on the mound for Ohtani. They did a mound visit, seemingly to tell him don't give him anything to hit. The first pitch after the mound visit gives up a home run.
Yep.
But that notwithstanding, he's good. Camilo Duvall's a solid reliever as well. So the pitching is not like super, super elite, but it's very, very, very good.
Yes, and it has to, like, there's more margin for error when you look at what they can do as far as hitting.
So buckle up for this shit here. I mean, this lineup is just ungodly.
Whew. All right, starting with the catchers, I suppose.
Well, here's the weak spot. I mean, Wells and Ramirez, still very good pair of catchers. Ramirez, maybe he's not, maybe you haven't heard of him, but he's really good. He might have been a rookie this year, but he's very, very good, talented catcher with the Marlins. Austin Wells, we know with the Yankees, is solid. So solid, if not spectacular at catching. But here's where it gets spectacular the rest of the way through.
Goodness.
Let's start with first base. Vlad Guerrero had the best postseason I've seen maybe in my life.
Yeah.
He just could not get him out, hitting for power. $500 million player. He signed that deal earlier this year. The best hitting first baseman in this tournament, no question about it. Next to him, second base, Ketel Marte. He goes under the radar because he's in Arizona, but he is the best second baseman in baseball. I don't think there's any debate about it. Switch hitter, hits for average, hits for power, plays solid defense. One of my favorite players to watch, just super entertaining. He's a switch hitter. Normally, you're weaker at one side. He's not. He kills it both sides. Perdomo definitely goes under the radar, but he is an elite shortstop. He's Ketel's double play partner in Arizona. He had one of the best seasons of any shortstop in baseball.
290, 20 home runs, and 100 RBI, 27 stolen bases, too. Just does it all.
Yeah. And then third base, I don't know if they're going to start Machado or Caminero. I don't know. I don't even have a guess. Caminero is the more talented player, probably. He's had his rookie year, or his first full year this past year, and did he hit 50? He at least hit 40 home runs. He might have got to 50.
45 home runs.
45.
I was all in on him after seeing him at the home run derby, and made it a point. The Rays became my East Coast team for when I wanted to go to sleep early. I would watch them specifically to see him hit.
Yeah.
Just incredible player.
Yeah, he is. He was on my fantasy team. I picked him up. Somebody dropped him like an idiot when he didn't start out the year that good. But anyway,
22 years old.
Yeah, 22. He's not. You see his size there. He's a big guy, but not like Judge size. I mean, he's not a huge guy, but he has some of the fastest bat speed. So that's just a measure of your raw strength. How fast you swing a bat. That's always like an Aaron Judge or a Giancarlo Stanton or an O'Neal Cruz who's on this team. It's usually a guy like that that's just huge and strong. He's got bat speed on that level despite not being anywhere near their size. So he's just an elite talent. I hope he's the starting third baseman because Machado can go to hell as a Padre.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll just not even talk about Machado.
yeah.
The outfield, definitely one of my players to watch, and for this team and the whole tournament, Juan Soto. He is so much fun to watch. He is the most entertaining at bat in all of baseball right now because he's a patient hitter. He takes a ton of pitches. He does not chase out of the strike zone, which is the right way to do it, but can kind of be boring because it's not a lot of action, but he makes it action because the way he takes pitches, he shakes his ass and stares the pitcher down. He just does every pitch. He
Soto
does
shuffle.
something. The Soto shuffle. He makes a patient at bat an exciting at bat. And he'll take a pitch that's just a centimeter off the plate and no, it's a ball. And yeah, it's a ball, and talk shit. I mean, he's so fun to watch. His at bats are just so much fun to watch. He's getting paid $760 million. So another just huge contract. Had an amazing first year with the Mets, but it wasn't up to his standards, even though it was an incredible season. So he's probably coming into this with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Yeah, I guess next to him playing center field is going to be Julio Rodriguez. I guess Soto might DH. I don't know. But Julio Rodriguez is elite center fielder, incredible defensively. They call the Seattle center field the no-fly zone. And he's a great hitter, too. He was on that Mariners team that almost made the World Series. He was a huge part of that. He had a great postseason. Tatis, I'm assuming, is going to play right field. I'm not going to say a lot good about him because I hate him as well. But
Hope he doesn't have any ringworm.
Yeah, yeah. His power has went way down, but he's still an elite hitter, and he's still an elite defensive right fielder. So, and then O'Neal Cruz, I don't even know if he'll get to play that much, but just tools wise, he is like the most talented player in baseball, probably. When you just look at his physical gifts, he's fast, the highest bat speed in baseball. He just hadn't really put it together and batted better than like 220 yet. Strikes out way too much, but tools wise, if he ever puts it together, he's going to be one of the best players.
Back to Tatis, I do find it interesting. 42 homers, and then after, I know he was injured, but then after the PED suspension too, hasn't been above 25 home runs. I'm just noticing. I'm just noticing. That's all.
Yeah.
Something I was a little shocked to see about this roster. Let me double check, make sure I'm not wrong. No Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea why that would be.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Maybe you couldn't have made it on the infield.
That's the only thing I could figure. Because I mean, this is incredible. I don't know, where would you put him.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to start. He's better. I mean, he's better than Pena and Rosario, obviously, but I don't know that he starts over Perdomo.
I don't think so. So that was interesting. And then the coaches, you got some names you recognize too. Albert Pujols leading the way, and we got some Placido Polanco doing a Cardinals thing here.
Yeah, Pujols was in line to get the the Angels job, I think. So he's trying to be a major league manager.
That would have been interesting going back there after a contract deal.
And he sucked for him, yeah.
Yeah. So I have a feeling we'll be talking about the DR a lot more moving forward. But anything else we need to mention here?
No, I think we got it.
Here's an interesting team that we're just going to talk around it all. Israel. You might have heard of them in the news, so you should go check that out and figure that out yourself. But a lot of names on the coaching staff I recognize.
Yeah.
Not so much on the roster. A couple. But I don't think of them. I think of them for what they're in the news for, and I think of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So enlighten me on Israel, the baseball team.
I will say they've made some decent runs in this tournament in the past. And of course, they immediately did the David versus Goliath reference at every opportunity. Speaking of the Bible, it is appropriate, though, because they are very much a David in this tournament. And similar to Italy, this is all U.S. guys that are Jewish. I think there is one Israeli-born player on the roster. Don't remember his name. I'm not gonna. Right there he goes.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No idea who that guy is. He doesn't even have a picture. But yeah, it's U.S. guys. Basically, the wrap on this team, they've got one notable player at each position. So they've got one starting pitcher, Dean Kramer, that you've heard of and that is a solid major leaguer. Not good, but solid. They've got one relief pitcher who, again, is like not great, but solid, Tommy Canley. He's interesting because he throws changeups like every pitch. So if you happen to have the Israel game on, make sure you watch Tommy Canley because it's very funny because he can throw in the mid to upper 90s but he throws like 95% changeups. And people still can't hit it for some reason. It's kind of weird. Though Ohtani did hit a double off of him off the wall when he was pitching for the Yankees in that first World Series, or the the previous World Series we won on a changeup. So, and then one position player, and this is their best player without a doubt, Harrison Bader, who I had no clue was Jewish until I saw the roster, but he's a good major leaguer, not spectacular, not really even a nailed on starter. He's kind of like maybe your fourth outfielder, can start and do pretty well if he needs to, but I don't even know. Does he play for the Giants? I guess he plays for the Giants now because he's got the hat on. But he was with the Phillies last year and actually did really well. He was when the Phillies traded for him at the deadline, and he had a great time with the Phillies and was really good in the postseason too. So he's a elite defensive outfielder and can hit for some power sometimes. So he's a solid player. And he's entertaining. Like, he's an entertaining brand of player to watch,
Yeah. And then like the coaches, the names you recognize, a brother of a player who I was for sure would be on the roster.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that Jock Peterson would be here. He's not. His brother Tiger is a hitting coach.
I have no idea. I don't know what Jock is doing. I don't know if he just doesn't want to play in that. I don't know that he's ever played in it before. But yeah, he's like one of the only Jewish players that I know of that's Jewish. Dean Kramer's the other one that I know of as a Jewish person. But Jock he's still playing. He's with the Rangers now. It's not a situation where it's a new team. He was with the Rangers last year, I'm pretty sure.
I wonder. I know he did not have a great season.
He was horrible. He was awful.
Danny was talking about he'd seen. I think Jock has lost some weight on Danny's offseason update. He was looking a little bit more in shape. So maybe, like we talked about earlier, it was just a situation where I didn't have the season I wanted. Let me lock in with the Rangers and make sure I have a good year there versus going off to play in this. Because I think he's a free agent after this season.
Yeah. Too. If I'm the Rangers, though, I would want to change something up. Maybe goes and gets in this thing and faces some weaker pitching and gets going. Gets his confidence back. I mean, I would encourage him to do this.
Yeah, me too. So I don't know, very strange, but yeah, Osmus, Euclid, Loretta. Jason Marquis. Oh, yeah. So the coaches are the story here for me.
Yeah. I didn't know Euclid or Osmus were Jewish.
No, this is very
Mark Loretta, former Dodger Mark Loretta.
Yeah. So
one of the biggest postseason hits back in the pre-big money Dodgers, back when we were struggling and just happy to win a playoff series. He had a walk-off hit to beat the Cardinals one time.
So I don't know. Just that's what catches my eye here. Anything else we need to cover with Israel?
Nope, that's it.
We're moving on to another interesting team for me, the Netherlands. Because I don't really think of the Netherlands. You don't think of the country, the Netherlands, as a baseball team, but when you see who makes up the roster, then it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of guys from Curacao.
Yeah.
Another Little League World Series staple.
Yeah.
And Aruba.
Yeah. Curacao and Aruba. There actually is 5 Netherlands-born players on this team, which is like way more than I expected to see. Don't know who any of them are. But, yeah, there's a solid talent base here. I mean, they're middle of the pack kind of team in this tournament. I mean, maybe a top 10 talent team overall. Got their fair share of major leaguers. The pitching, didn't have anything in my notes about pitching. I see why, because there's not anybody there besides the great Kenley Jansen.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and talk about him. He's one of my players to watch because just his history in this tournament is so fascinating. So, I it was one of the earlier tournaments. I guess it must have been a '06 because Kenley's been in the majors so long now. I guess it would have had to have been. But he was a catcher in the Dodgers farm system, and he caught for the Netherlands in this tournament. And couldn't hit, but he threw out every attempted base stealer. I mean, he was absurd how good his arm was. And that was like his coming out party, the first time anybody kind of knew who he was. Went back to the Dodgers, never could hit. The Dodgers saw how good his arm was, made him into a pitcher. And, I mean, within a year, he was up closing for the big leagues. That's how quickly that took off once they made him a pitcher. But that's really crazy to see. He's going to pitch for this team now in this tournament when he caught for them in a previous tournament.
Yeah, it looks like that was 2009.
That was not. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I didn't realize he's 38. He is still making it happen.
Yeah. And he's still good. Yeah, I mean, he's still legitimately good.
Yeah. The names infield is where I really start recognizing people.
Yeah.
And outfield is where I start recognizing people I hate.
Yeah. So yeah, the lineup, whereas the pitching's kind of non-existent, the lineup is legitimately quite solid. There's a lot of major leaguers here. Didi Gregorius, he was a really good shortstop at one point. I'm not sure what he's doing now. Xander Bogaerts at one point was one of the better shortstops in baseball, and then he signed a huge deal and just collapsed. But he's still major league average, roughly. Ozzie Albies at one point was one of the better second basemen in baseball, and he's not been that great lately. A lot of Braves, a ton of Braves connections.
Yeah.
Chadwick Trump, Ozzie Albies, and Jurickson Profar. And the head coach.
New Hall of Famer, Andrew Jones. Inspiration to chubby middle school me. Made me think I could possibly play center field. I could not. And then he stopped doing it too when he went to the Dodgers.
We have made a lot of chubby references this episode.
Yeah.
This is the king. This is the king of it right here, boy. Dodgers, Andrew Jones.
Yeah. Because who was it? We had Alejandro Kirk. We had the Cuban guy who
to Spain.
Yep.
Ryu.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh.
There was another one too. Josh Naylor.
Yep. And Andrew's son Drew is playing outfield.
Yep. 6'4", 180. So he has went the exact opposite direction. But he was a very big recruit, and prospect. He didn't go to college, but very high draft pick and all that. Hasn't done anything yet in the minor leagues. He's struggled, but he's still elite defensively from what I read, and he's still young enough to where he can turn it around and he'll make it to the majors just off of his defense, I'm sure, but I don't know if he'll ever hit enough to be a starter. But that'll be interesting to see him play anyway.
Yeah, and Profar, who I can't stand.
Cedon Rafaela, he's a really good player for the Red Sox.
Yeah, so there is more talent here, and again, it made a lot of sense when you realized these Dutch territories, and I was like, okay, There we go. So Jones is the only, I guess, Jurgens.
Yeah.
Huh. So we'll see what Andrew can do.
That's another Brave. Didn't he pitch for the Braves?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's got to be why I know him. Let's see. Yeah. Braves. Made an all-star team with the Braves too in 2011.
Wow.
So the old Curacao to Atlanta pipeline.
I wonder if Jones started that. I wonder if at least subconsciously that's in players' heads that makes them like Atlanta more.
That would make sense because he was probably his only nickname was the Curacao Kid.
Yeah.
So, that's
Kenley pitched for the damn Braves, didn't he? Hit for 1 year.
Let me double check. Did. Yeah, 2022.
Yeah.
Wow. Now that's bizarre. I like it. I like little quirks like that.
Yeah.
Any non-Brave news with the Netherlands that we need to cover?
Nope, I think we're good.
Perfect. Moving on.
I'm excited about. Do you know who the coach of this next team is?
I don't.
Okay, I can't wait.
Should I just scroll to it as soon as it opens up?
Let's give me like 2 seconds. It ain't gonna take long. It ain't gonna take long to get through the players.
This is a nice little tease. All right, Nicaragua.
Okay. So not a lot of talent here at all. They lost every group game in the last World Baseball Classic. So not a lot going on here. Not a lot of talent. The only names I recognized, if you want to scroll down to the position players, Jeter Downs, who was a Dodger minor leaguer who we traded to help get Mookie Betts. That's his only contribution to the game of baseball, really. He hasn't done anything. I don't think he's even playing anywhere anymore. Player to watch, however, is Mark Vientos. He's plays for the Mets, legitimately good hitter at times. He had a really good season for the Mets a couple years ago when the Dodgers knocked him out in the postseason. He was good. He hit a home run, I think, off of Yamamoto. So he can be good. He could be entertaining in this tournament, but he's their best hitter. And, not a great spot to be in when he's your best hitter. So, without further ado, check out this manager.
Dusty Baker Jr.
No,
that's the real Dusty Baker. He's a junior. First of all, at what age do you drop the junior, you think?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question.
That is unreal. Wow. Man, I loved him so much because he was Cubs with Sammy Sosa. And then he went to the Giants, I believe, and I loved him a little less. And the Astros, too. 1949. Johnny B. Dusty Baker Jr.
Yep. So the story, obviously, when I saw this, I had to figure out how the hell is he managing Nicaragua. He has no connections to Nicaragua at all. What happened is one of his closest friends, who I think he's known him for 40 years. I think they played together back in the day. Is either from that's right. The friend is from Nicaragua, and basically just asked Dusty to do this. He just asked his pal, "Could you do this for us?" Yeah. So his friend from Nicaragua asked him to do it. Apparently, Dusty and his wife went down to Nicaragua and just traveled there to check it out, and just fell in love with the country. And now he's their manager.
Man, so I had that backwards. It was Giants, then Cubs, then Reds, Nationals, Astros as a manager. But a hell of a player, too. Played for the Dodgers.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm seeing other names. Randall Simon, Jock Jones. So this...
Oh, yeah.
There's stuff to pay attention to here.
Yeah.
I respect that. Okay, we talked about the overall talent level. So not a lot in that sense, but that's okay. Perhaps we can move on to the final team in the group then.
Yes, we can.
Venezuela. Let's see. Boom. There we go.
Okay. So I knew Venezuela was good at baseball. We just see enough Venezuelan players to know they were going to be solid. I did not know they were this strong. However, once I started researching this team, I've got them written down here as a sleeper team, which maybe they're not as under the radar enough to be called a sleeper per se, but they're a legit candidate. I mean, they were very good. They've got an MLB player basically at every position. So, no shortage of talent. Starting with the pitching, which is the weak spot for sure. But they've got a legit ace in Ranger Suarez.
Yeah.
He's not an ace, or he wasn't an ace for the Phillies where he played last year, because of Christopher Sanchez, who we mentioned earlier, but he was even better against the Dodgers, I think, in the that postseason series against the Phillies. He is extremely good. Doesn't throw hard, but he's just so smart, left-handed, clever guy. So that's a legit ace, I feel like, in this tournament. And then Bizardo is probably their best reliever. He's with the Mariners, not their closer, because, again, the aforementioned Andres Munoz is their closer, but he's their setup guy. He's really, really good. So they've maybe got barely enough pitching to survive, but the position players are just stout. Catchers, two very good catchers, Contreras and Sal Perez. Sal Perez he's old, but he's still doing it. I mean, he's still hitting really well. He's still catching too. So great pair of catchers they got. The infield is maybe not quite elite, but pretty damn close to elite. Luis Ariz, we know his style of play, no power, but can't strike him out. Contreras is a great hitter. Michael Garcia had a massive year with the Royals this year. He's great. Eugenio Suarez hit like 50 home runs this past year.
Yep.
Gleyber Torres is an extremely underrated player for Detroit. Great second baseman. Tovar with the Rockies, who you'll never hear of him because he's with the Rockies, but he's their best player, which I guess that's not saying that much, but he's really good. Jimenez was the shortstop for the Blue Jays in the World Series. So that the infield is great, and then the outfield is elite.
Yeah, this is insane.
So Ronald Acuna is playing in his first World Baseball Classic. I just feel like he's going to take off. He seems like another guy that's going to love this high pressure, fun setting. Like I can see him kind of having a Rosarena type performance where he just goes off. Jackson Churio for the Brewers, elite player. And then Willie Abreu is the weakest of the bunch, and he's still an above average major leaguer for the Red Sox. So just loaded position player wise.
And again, the coaches.
This is the most loaded coaching.
Yes,
the DR and the DR and the US are loaded with players. This is the most loaded coaching staff for sure.
Yeah, you got Miguel Cabrera as your hitting coach, Johan Santana as a pitching coach, and this is another team that does multiple. You got multiple hitting and pitching coaches.
Oh, that's awesome.
So Carlos Mendez is the other hitting coach. And they got bullpen coaches. Man, they're Victor Martinez. Yeah, this is the most accomplished staff, I believe.
Yeah, Miguel Cabrera, dude. If they needed like one at bat, I wonder if they could just send him out as a pinch hitter one time, because I swear he could still hit probably.
Yeah, man. Okay, well, let's figure out. Yep, that was the last team for Pool D. So now we can move on to the bracket full time.
And as you're doing that, Venezuela, their history, they've never won it. Their highest finish ever is third, but they went 4-0 in the group in 2023 and got eliminated by the U.S., who obviously went on to play in the final.
So let's see. We've got Pool D. It's got Venezuela as the number one team to make it out of that pool. Do you agree?
I guess you got to go DR and then Venezuela.
That's right, yeah. DR and then Venezuela. All right. Moving up to the quarterfinals, that's got Canada versus the United States, a hockey rematch.
Yeah, we know how that goes.
Yeah. Korea versus the DR.
I mean, it's got to be the DR. Just too much talent. But we're going to play the DR in the semis?
Yeah, according to us, yeah.
Shit.
That's going to be fun.
I guess the seeding, though, could change that, though.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty confident in who's advancing, but the seeding could get funny.
Yeah, it's based on one or two, so we'll see how that goes. Let's see. We got Mexico and Puerto Rico.
Do we know where that's going to... Do
I
they
don't
still
know
play
where
in
it's going
Puerto
to be.
Rico? I don't think they
I think
do.
that's Houston and Miami.
Okay,
If
okay,
this is to
okay.
be believed.
Um, you got to go Mexico. Puerto Rico's just missing too much.
And then, Venezuela and Japan.
This is good.
That's good.
This is good. God, could Venezuela get knocked out early again? I don't know how you pick against Japan,
Me either.
but then I don't know how I talk like Venezuela should. I just did and pick against them. um, I guess you got to go Japan. They're just too strong in this tournament.
All right, now we're in the semis.
But man, you see how good it gets early.
Yeah.
I mean that is quick, and it's just elite teams going at it.
I don't know what to.
If this happens, dude, my lord. So that game would be played in Miami.
Yep. Everything is Miami semifinals and finals. Miami.
Okay.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not going to pick against the U.S. There's no way I'm going to do that. But, geez,
that's tough.
yeah, for that not to be the final would be tough. But
And so the other semifinal on March 16th
would be a
Mexico.
rematch of the last semifinal.
Yeah.
Let's go Mexico this time. I think Japan might be, unless they save Yamamoto for that game, they might be run down of pitching.
Which sets up a United States-Mexico final in Miami, March 17th.
Wow. Definitely got to pick the U.S., but that would be fantastic.
Yeah. So there you have it. The United States, your 2026 World Baseball Classic champions. Beautiful. Anything else we need to cover? I mean, good Lord, we've given them players to watch. Who's going to win? Who's going to come out of each pool? And who's going to win it all? I don't know what else there is.
I can't believe how all 20 teams, there was something worth talking about.
Yeah.
Like, that was so cool. I mean, I did not expect that going in. I thought I'd find nothing on this team and we'd have nothing to talk about. There was some interesting thing about every single team.
Yeah. And I think also just going through that bracket, there's going to be interesting things because there's interesting things about each team in group play. But as soon as you hit the quarterfinals and get out of the group stage, you've got incredible games to pay attention to. So I don't know. This is a lot of fun leading into the big league season. You got to be locked in. You got to watch it.
I mean, immediately you've got, when the quarterfinals start, you've got teams that if they lose, they will feel heartbroken and holy shit, how did we not go further? That. It gets to that level immediately.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that will do it, I believe. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you for watching, listening, rating, subscribing, reviewing, and sharing. Watch this. Subscribe over at theshownotes.beehive.com to get my weekly sports watch guide. And I'll just let you know when the games are and where you can find them. You're welcome. And I will catch you later.